Good morning, everyone. What's good? All right, let's get right to it. If anyone has any charts they want me to look at, questions about the market, um, you know, any questions, go ahead and just post it in the chat, and I will answer them in order. Today, I already got started off with a Tesla call off the opening range break. So, W start. Problem is, just like I mentioned in Discord earlier, we're already kind of going back to chopping. So I was afraid of that too because the market did have that really nice move up. I mean, by the time we opened, the futures were already up like 1%. It kind of capped upside, honestly. Like, that's the only reason why I didn't go long on QQQ this morning. And even SPY. Because I think even SPY went outside the opening range as well. Yeah, they both did. But the upside was really, like, it was capped today. But I did expect a bounce. I mentioned that last night on X, that a bounce was very possible today. I know some of you were asking why I didn't do a lot of live streaming last week. That's because I lost my voice early last week, and I've been battling the flu that's been going around. So my sinuses have been cooked, and my voice, I only just got my voice back like 2 days ago over the weekend. So it's still a little raspy here and there, but hey, we're here trading, right? Okay, let's look at Micron and you. Micron technology is in the day. For the day right now, it's still in the opening range. It is on the lower end of the opening range, so flirting with a downside move. Problem here is it already did have such a large opening. It's already up 5%. So a breakdown below the opening range low is very possible, considering the fact that we're already up here to R3 pivot as well. So it's a bit difficult to say that this does have more upside. If it does break that opening range, you should see a quick move up to 459, R4 pivot. I don't think it goes any higher than probably like 460, honestly. I think R5 pivot is kind of really pushing it. It's crazy because I almost went long again on Tesla for the retest of the opening range, but it's just really risky right now. Meta. Let me go take a look at Meta. Meta had that deal with Nbis today. So they're up as well, 2.5%, but it's still sitting within that opening range. If you do go to the longer term, right? I'm going to go out to the week here. There's that head and shoulders I talked about, right? And then you had that retest of that trend line. And that trend line goes all the way back to 2022. So retested it. We are definitely not out of the woods yet. But as long as this holds, this trend line support, then there's two things that'll happen right now. One, either this giant head and shoulders going back to early last year plays out, or it's invalidated by a bounce from this trend line support, right? So those are your two possibilities. When it is an invalidated pattern for the head and shoulders is when you break back above the shoulder here. So over the coming weeks, we need to see a move back up to like 750. Yeah. Head and shoulders pattern. A head and shoulders pattern is a Here's a head and shoulders pattern. So it's a bearish setup. Head and shoulder patterns are always bearish setups. Hope that gives you an idea. If you want to do like more a better understanding of how it works, the head and shoulders, you always wait for what we call the neckline to break, right? So the neckline here is technically right here, right? So you'd wait for, that's why I said in this case, I feel like if we lost trendline support, that it's an almost automatic down, in my opinion. It would probably be worth going short if we break that trendline support first before waiting for a neckline breakdown. That's the thoughts I have for meta. NBIS. Oh, you caught the move earlier? Nice. Yeah, it's up 12% today. But here was that. So if you guys remember, I forget which live stream it was. I'll have to go back. But I already had this 134 spot marked out, right? I was already expecting from that break to head back up to this resistance up here, right? And we got up to, I think today we only got up to 132 this morning. Let's see. No, I want the 5. Yes, we got up to 132 today. Which is cool. I mean, I want another $2, obviously, to the upside. And I think we will get that this week. But here's our next problem. We have 2 gaps left behind now. So I think a decent amount of people made money here, though, because everybody was expecting that trendline break, and they did take longer calls for longer out. I mean, it's a 50% move in, 2 weeks? So, really nice. Nvidia swing lottos play into the event. Yeah, Nvidia has that event today. The problem is a lot of Nvidia events tend to be choppy days. I don't know why this happens, but more often than not, you see Nvidia chop on event days. And that could be the case today, considering the fact that we also have a fairly large opening range on Nvidia. It's a 1% opening range here. So probably I wouldn't take, at least personally, I'm going to stay away from Nvidia today. I did place an alert here. You can see at the top of the opening range in case we do somehow get enough bullish momentum to come and break this level. Then yeah, for sure I'll go long. You took Friday cons. That's good. What are those sitting at? If you took the, can't be too expensive. Yeah, but I mean, anyways, I do think Nvidia has to get back to 200 at some point. Because we're back. I thought that last earnings would have pushed us over 200. I thought it was finally going to happen. I thought we were going to push over 200 and make all-time high, right? And 90% of people did. However, we're back in this same range. So, really difficult here, but Nvidia continues to consolidate. So, I do hope that over at least some point this year, it does break, because we've been chopping since summer of last year. I mean, we did have that break up to 210, and then it came right back down. But, I mean, it's been difficult on this one for, like, longer-term plays. Unless you're, like, scalping. Unless you're picking up swings and, like, selling, like, a day or two later, then you're good. But, like, holding anything past, like, 10 days on this thing really doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't really play out as well. Please explain about Visa. I actually haven't charted this one. It's actually been a minute since I've charted this one. The problem here with Visa is we're below the 200 EMA, right? and the 50 crossed over to the downside. What I would look for here on Visa is more of a probably support down here at like 290, right? You have support here at 290. So if you're looking to go long or to buy shares on this one, I'd probably, for me personally, I would wait till 290. Or unless we broke back above the 200 EMA. And the fact that both the 50 EMA crossed over the 200 and the prices below the 200 isn't a really bullish sign at all. But I mean, it's not like Visa's going anywhere. Still a solid stock. Yeah, Trump's speaking at... Actually, he should be speaking right now. Let me take a look. Let's go to the indexes. Yeah, so the market's probably going to do some shenanigans. Let me check just to make sure. Do I ever hold my penny stocks for long? Yes, I do. A decent amount of them end up working out in my favor. The nice part about holding some of the stocks that I enter as well is they have there's a more room for error, I suppose. But like ALZN has it's sort of chopping after it tanked really hard from, it was like $10, and then it's been seeing some nice volume in the lower $2. Yeah, Trump's gonna be speaking. You would know just by if you're new to the Discord, I have a learning section that goes over Clint's guides. The channel is actually called Clint's Guides. You can read those, or there's also Clint's Guides, and there's another channel called Personal Rules that I follow, and it's the same. It applies to the penny stocks as well. I break it down in there if you want to go look at that. Do you usually use only MACD as an indicator for your day-to-day trading options and swing trading? No, that's not my only indicator. But MACD is a solid indicator for me. MACD is really powerful for like momentum, and especially on the opening range plays. I'll show you an example. For Tesla this morning, I would not have gone long on that break had I not seen the MACD here rising and above the zero line, right? So the zero line is, I have it removed, but let me place a line here. That's your zero line, right? So if it's above the zero line and it has momentum to the upside and it breaks the opening range, yeah, that's like textbook. I will enter that. I mean, those Tesla calls went for what, 80%? Tesla's back below 400. It's back in the opening range. Yeah, it's like nothing really is really showing any momentum yet. So maybe the market's just waiting for Trump. If my voice does get like raspy every so often, just ignore it. I'm still I told the stream when I got on earlier that I've been sick over the last week, and I lost my voice completely. But I got it back over the weekend, and I still have sinus issues and crazy shit, but apparently everybody's been getting this stupid flu virus thing. I don't know. I thought I wasn't going to get it, but I went around my family, and I think I may have gotten it from my little sister, which is fine. I mean, but I don't get sick very often. I did pretty well on TSL calls this morning, in and out in 10 minutes. Yeah, so TSL is a great alternative to, especially if you can't afford like the Tesla calls, at least the larger ones. Problem is TSL can't be a long-term hold really because it is that leveraged product. So it isn't always the best of ideas to hold that long-term. Those should be more like weekly trades. Yeah, the pollen. Yeah, I think that too. Like the allergies. I think I don't know what it is, but I am here trading and I am grateful. How closely do you watch the VIX when trading SPY or SPX? Compared to most traders and other analysts out there, I actually don't watch the VIX as often. I do check it during the day, just not as often as everybody else. Yeah, the VIX is an important market indicator to watch for sure for market direction and just overall volatility. However, it doesn't really play along into my, how do I say this? It doesn't really affect my strategy as much, right? So the way I trade based on opening ranges, I will play the breaks based on volume and, momentum. The only times I won't take, those opening range breaks, and I'll show you an example. Because if you look at Qs today, we broke above the opening range we actually broke above the opening range twice, right? But I didn't go long. Why didn't I go long? Two reasons. One, the MACD has been flat all morning, right? MACD's been flat, hasn't shown any momentum. That's bad sign number one. Bad sign number two is the cons were actually really expensive this morning because the market gapped up a whole percent, right? So market gaps up a whole percent. We were in the, I think it was the 86 or 87 percentile this morning for IV in Q's options. So already red flag number two. And number three was just simply the fact that we had already recovered a good portion of yesterday's move to the downside. So if you look, yesterday, based on the top, that drop all the way down to the bottom was, 1.8%. And over the weekend, the market's already back up, right? So that was already a red flag. And I was afraid that we were going to pull off a double top. We didn't. You can't call that an official double top, but it's double top-y, right? The only bullish thing I'd really say in like setting a target to the upside was that gap up here, which I thought we were going to fill last Friday, but it is what it is. So if Trump's talking there, you can't be saying anything too crazy right now. What state am I in? I'm in Arizona. So we have the Palo Verde, that we call them Palo Verde trees down here, and they give out a shitload of pollen, yellow pollen. It's everywhere. If any of you have ever visited Arizona, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know. Any opinions on AMD? Ooh, AMD's actually back up here to the top of the range. You know what else is nice? AMD could be retesting 200 today. I used to love this stock. I really hope it does reach an all-time high one day, fairly soon. I sold all my position, but I always root for this company. Let's take a look at what was the other one I was watching? I was watching UPS this morning. I don't know. I feel like this UPS pullback is a really good opportunity. Do you use the 15 minute orb for your opening range? Yeah, it's always 15 minute. First 3 5-minute candles every day. Usually I take them. Today I decided to take it on Tesla. It's actually okay. So it's really nice because ever since they came out with the same day expirations every other day for like Tesla, Nvidia, Apple, it's actually allowed me to take the opening range plays on those stocks now instead of just the indexes. Because while you can play the opening range on everything else, you know, it takes the gains aren't as much on the opening range breaks compared to like 0 DTE or 1 DTE. So ever since I came out with those, I've been kind of using them. Kind of like today, Tesla calls, those were 0 DTE, and it really paid off. For those of you asking in the Discord if we're going to get more plays, yeah, we'll get more plays once we get better movement because it kind of sucks right now. I do not want to get chopped to death today. Give me 1 second. I'll go get some water. Okay. Did Trump say something? Hold on, I gotta like check X while I'm doing this. Trading halted in key contracts on the London Metal Exchange. Oh, interesting. If Tesla breaks that opening range again, I might go long. Tesla puts? Nah, I'm not gonna go puts. Let me throw the VWAP back on here. I don't. So there's a story why I don't have Truth Social. It's because I have severely cut back on almost all my social media, right? So I deleted my TikTok. I don't have TikTok, which I know a lot of people are saying I should open like a TikTok for our community, but I may have to get somebody to help me out with that. I cut back on Instagram. I cut back on almost everything except for X. So I just focus on X. I know he posts on True Social, but some of the news outlets on X immediately repost his stuff from True Social to X. So I kind of just stick with that. What we got? SLS. Let me take a look at SLS for you. They're sitting at 540, a pop. It actually has had some nice momentum. The best part here is actually volume. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. The only issue here, it looks like, could be this resistance up here. So there's your spots. 560 and 740. So kind of need to clear these to go up higher. That's actually had a really nice move up since what, December? Good find. Do I have a 7-day free trial? Yeah, I have a 7-day free trial. It's did I post it yet in the Discord? I did say I was going to. Oh, I didn't post the link yet. I'm sorry, guys. Let me do that. Give me a minute. Here, yeah, let me put that up for you guys. Spy puts. No, so I'm not gonna go indexes yet. If Trump's speaking, anything can happen, but until I see a break in that opening range here, I'm not gonna take anything. It's just too choppy for me. I mean, it's already choppy enough as it is morning. Yeah, I'm still in HIMS. I feel like HIMS is gonna have another. It's gonna have another move up this week. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I don't know. I feel like we get back up to 28 this week. It's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet for HIMS. PPTA. Let me see. Also, another nice momentum stock, it looks like right now. The best part here, again, is volume. The volume's actually been really nice in supporting this upwards move. And the best part about this is actually a really healthy upside move. It's been following the 50 EMA really nicely. So, problem here is it is testing the lower end of the 50 EMA. So, you could see a pullback to the 200, but unless you see an actual breakdown here, I mean, it seems to be a solid, bullish opportunity. Who do you follow on X for news? So there's a few. We kind of all follow each other, right? So me being a larger X account, I mean, there's some people that follow me when I find news and I post it. Walter Bloomberg's another great one. One I would recommend though is Evan. Evan Stock Market News is probably one of the best on X. I mean, everybody loves Evan. Evan is a really cool guy. We posted any live calls we posted today? Yeah, so the one I was looking at right now is actually UPS. I feel like UPS is, I don't know, I feel like it has a good opportunity. It's just me. Okay, so the Qs, they did retest that lower end of the opening range, right? The problem here is Tesla looks like it's not getting with the game plan. I mean, I'm not in calls anymore, but I kind of like the idea of getting long again. Like, I'd love to trade the indexes right now, but I can't, not with this price action. Yeah, let's start doing, I'm going to take a look at UPS. So I may just go for some UPS calls. Cheaper prices contracts. Yeah, I may look for some later today, but I want to take a look at UPS right now. Where the fuck? Like looking for my broker. Okay. UPS Parsal. See if we go 2 weeks out. What's today? It's Monday. Let's see if we go 2 weeks out and I go for the 100 call. Those are sitting at like 170. How much of a move is that? I mean, I do think we get back above 100. Question is how soon? Like a 5% move. We retested 97 on Friday. So if bulls want to pull off a double bottom, and 2 weeks out to get back above 100, which is here. Yeah, I may want to give these a shot. Actually, they're more like at 160, it looks like. Let's see if I can get filled at the probably the 100 call at like 160, I think is the price right now. Let me look. Yeah, it's like 160. I'm gonna try to get filled here. UPS doesn't trade in is it $5? No, it's not. Okay, that was tripping. UPS trade options, March 27th, the 100 call sitting at, says mid price is 1.58. Let's see. Nope, not filled there. 1.60. Nope, not there. Let's try 162. Oh, not 162. Let's try 1.63. Come on, fill me. Are we serious? 1.64? Fill me, fill me, fill me. Wow, okay, so it doesn't want it. You know what? I'm going to hold it 164 and see if it fills. That's stupid. Sorry. Have you built any AI to help you out? So I do like AI, but I like to rely on my own analysis as well. So I think you're referring to like AI in like my, selecting contracts and stuff. In what way? In what way do you mean have I built AI to help me? Do I trade any at the money 0 DTE cons? Yes, all the time. I typically tend to go for closer strike contracts. I got filled at 164, by the way. Let's see if I can fill more at like 162 on UPS. That's for UPS, by the way. No, I think the price is going to be 164. The open interest on the contract you're looking at is only 71. It has a volume of 1. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's okay. We can be different. No, I'm just kidding. That's valid. That's a valid analysis. I did see that. The 101 call has 244 open interest, which is better. I mean, you could go for that one. Those are sitting at like 130 a pop. I don't know. I kind of just like the 100 call here. I don't know. It just seems more like a solid strike for me personally. Coin. Let me go take a look at coin. Coinbase. Coinbase really heavily relies on crypto, obviously, right? And the Bitcoin bounce has been decent. Bitcoin's back up to 73. Coin can actually make a move back up to 262, especially if it does get back above the 50 EMA here. Long term, 252 easily. 252, 260 should get back up here. So I never go for high OI, high volume. Yeah, no, I do. No, don't think I don't go for the high OI contracts. I do, just not on this one today. But the movement for coin is really heavily dependent on crypto. So for AI for research, checking government contracts, management. Yeah, I do have AI for those type of things for sure. The big one I have is like for insider buying. That's a big one I do track. You can get Phil at 160, by the way, on EPS. I'm going to alert that in the Discord. Ups. The 100 call. 403/27. I got in at 160. Okay. See how those play out. There's no way Trump said anything too crazy yet because the market's still chopping. See how Tesla's doing. Meh. I'm gonna stop checking this one. Doesn't look like it's gonna hold back above. Iron. Let me take a look at Iron. Iron long term, it's still at that. So it tested that 200 EMA again, right? I still think it gets back up to 63. I still think 163. I don't know. I could be overly positive about the company, but I feel like if we break the 50 EMA here, it kind of solidifies our move up. That's just me, though. I picked up the 100 call for EPS. So I mean that is the thing here. Like, it's not impossible to fill that gap up today, but I mean that's another 0.6% move up. Did SPY have a gap as well? Excuse me. Yeah, SPY does have that gap right here. So both the indexes have that gap. Where's my square? There it is. There's your gap. Right there. SPY, I think it needs like a similar move. I think it might be 0.7 though. Oh no, it's only 0.45 actually. Have I heard of Microfish? No, I have not. Shall I look it up? Microfish AI. Builds digital worlds to predict the future. I do like this, yes. Treat the world like a math equation. It really is. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I have my own I have my own like AI tools. This is kind of cool though. Interesting. Very interesting. Whoa, too many cues. Oh, why is this so boring? See, it would have been nice if they would have had half the size of the move that they had up early in the morning so that they could let some of us actually profit off the indexes today. But instead, they wanted to be stupid and retarded. Not saying the bulls are stupid and that I didn't expect a bounce today. It's just the fact that I wanted to be part of it. You know what I'm saying? $11.45. Really? I saw 11. Let me see. Okay, now I see one that says 11:30. Gosh, man. Huh. Odd. Yeah, I don't know. Well, he's talking at some point within the hour. I know that. Okay, so yeah, you saw 11 too. That's what I'm saying. I know I wasn't tripping. I saw 11. 11. Now it says 11:45. Maybe he changed it. I don't know. They do that sometimes. I wonder what he's going to say, though. He'll probably mention that the Strait of Hormuz. How do you say that? Hormuz? Is it Hormuz? Hormuz? How to pronounce Hormuz? He'll probably mention that it's open. Yeah, UPS conviction is 20. It's well, first of all, I want okay, let me go back to that. I want this to be a double bottom, right? That's first. Where is it? So I want this double bottom to play out. I want us back above 100. And yeah, I will take for my first terms at like 20-30% per usual. Last week trading really sucked. That was miserable last week. That was like probably like top 5 worst weeks for trading for me. Not because I lost money on Friday. I mean, overall over the week, yeah, I was up for sure. I mean, you all saw that. I mean, I was nailing the indexes every day, right? But Friday, like those two QQ calls just did not play out because Mr. Trump wants to tweet a maybe this and a maybe that. By the way, for the record, like for those of you who don't like know my political views, I just hate politicians in general. I feel like all of them lie to push a single agenda. That's just my opinion. I mean, Biden made promises when he was running, and he didn't fulfill a single one of them. Trump's a little better at, well, okay, so I guess there were a few things that Biden did accomplish, and I'm not gonna lie, I did enjoy the stock market under Biden in his first term. Trump's first term stock market was also really fun. This second term, though, it seems to be really manipulated. It's really tough to do PA under Trump's second term. Not only that, but there's just a few things that he did mention that definitely have not. Like, he said he'd end the Ukraine war quick. That didn't happen. I mean, I didn't expect him to end it quick. That's a very large, like, that's a big ordeal, right? The big thing I really thought that he was going to stick with, though, is no new wars in the Middle East. And while the Iranian regime is very anti-American, I don't know. I just don't think we need another war in the Middle East. We're already in so much debt as it is. Plus, I don't think we need to send troops there either. I feel like it's a really forced war, in my opinion. Yeah, I feel like it's very manipulated. The market under his second term is very manipulated. Like, I'm not gonna lie, especially from the April dip last year, I've made a lot under this second Trump term. It's very different to navigate compared to Trump's first term and Biden's term. So, but yeah, I genuinely dislike 99% of politicians. I feel like the whole system needs to reboot. I just feel like there's a lot of corruption on both sides. And I mean, I'm not upset with people who, are big supporters of Trump, or, are big supporters of, voting Democrat or a Democratic sweep. It's America. People are totally open to their views. I'm not going to criticize somebody because they voice their opinion. It's a democracy where the whole point of our system is to allow people to speak their minds freely, right? That's how we're designed. And I feel like both sides have they've really taken a selfish approach, in my opinion. If you agree with this side, then you're un-American, right? Or if you agree with that side, you're un-American, right? And that's really wrong. That's not the way the system was designed to be, right? The system was designed for both parties to exist and for, both of them to have different paths on how they see, democracy. And while there are some, there's some policies and things that I, of course, don't support from certain sides. For example, I'm being Christian, right? I am automatically pro-life, right? So I disagree with the Democrats there. But when it comes to, like right now, the war, I also, as a Christian, morally disagree with war, right? So there's for me personally, there's things to disagree with on both sides. When it comes to like stock market and my gains, since I've started, and let's see, when I first started, it was under Trump's first term. It doesn't matter who's president. I just play with the PA that I'm given, obviously, right? But yeah, I dislike politicians. I feel like, promises are made and promises aren't kept. And that's been the problem with politicians since forever. So, but yeah, there needs to be more people in government that can be more open-minded. I'll say that. There needs to be more people in government that are open-minded. For example, not that I would ever be a politician one day, but if I were a politician, I would prioritize hearing the other side, right? You want to hear the other side because sometimes you're blinded by your own intentions, for things, and in doing so, you lose focus on teamwork, And even though some people may disagree with you, it's important that you do hear their disagreement. Queues for calls, it's really difficult here because like I mentioned earlier, the opening range, it's been broken twice, right? It's been broken twice today. There's really not much momentum on the MACD right now, and we're coming down to like the 0 line, and it even looks like we may cross over again. I don't think calls are the move here. Unless Trump says something in his conference, the calls are not the move. Based off the current PA, you're going to get chopped to death. Your cons are going to lose value. 100%. It's not moving quick enough. I think it may probably start moving quicker once Trump starts talking. If it does start moving up to the upside, though, I'd probably wait for a break above the high of day, like 602.60. I like the Republican Party slightly better. If only if we have a better candidate. Both parties are owned through lobby. Yes, 100%. Both parties are owned. It's two heads on two faces on the same coin, I think is the saying. And that's the problem. The corruption has gotten so deep within our government that a good majority of both sides are definitely under one higher power, undoubtedly. And it's really unfortunate being just your average day American citizen, knowing that you are falling victim to policies built by, two parties under the same. This goes back to the whole thing of like, is America better with just two parties, But I mean, it is in our Constitution, so I obviously do support it as American, but it is really difficult when both sides are, owned. Clint for president, I'd vote for you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be more understanding. It's not American to be so bitter, with our parties going at it like head to head. There was a time when, both parties got along for America's sake, but, disagree in policy. That's the way it's designed to be. It's not designed to be like, oh, you believe in this, so therefore, how can you call yourself American? Like, that is the whole point of being American, is to come up with new ideas and new ways to, better our democracy, we need a term limit for all elected officials. Yes, we need term limits and we need age limits. That's the big thing. It's funny because I was just talking to my mom about this too. The reason why age limits should be a thing is because some of these people in office that are really old are making decisions for, a good majority of the population, the average age of the population, that are nowhere even near their age. So how do they know, how the average age is feeling, or the ways, that they prefer policies, when you have elected officials that are, 20, 30 years older making stupid decisions, they're not even making the decisions. They're being told which decisions to make. But still, age limits need to be, they need to be a thing 100%. The price target on UPS, I wanted it back above 100, I said. Once we get back into triple digits, I think that Double bottom will be confirmed for me. Ban congressional stock trading. Yeah, insider trading. It's awful. Congressional stock trading it's criminal. It should be a crime. That needs to be fixed fast. So let's see. We have Q's coming back up here. I don't know. It's too choppy for me right now. I should probably start looking at some other stuff. Let's see. Riley had his big move already. KSS, ARC. ARC's too cheap. Kenvu still in its opening range. AGNC. Nope. 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 Everything's still inside its opening range. NVX did have a breakdown. Except for the Pelosi index. It's true. Pelosi index for the win, man. I wonder why all her trades are successful. For UPS, if it does hit 100 and double bottom is confirmed, would you roll into monthly cons? Yes, that is exactly what I would do. The reason why I went 2 weeks out is so that we gain value a little quicker. And then once that double bottom is confirmed, you do want to probably roll them out a little further. See here. Check an X real quick for some news. Oh boy. Let's go back to the indexes. I may want to take some TSLL calls for later this week. Because we're back above 14 again, which is good. And we're back above Friday's. Well, we're sitting right at Friday's high. But I think a move back up to 15 is possible. That'd be my only reason for going long. Let me look. Did anybody fill out their brackets yet? I have to do mine today. I don't know. I'm feeling good about my team this year. My Wildcats. If this is the year for Arizona Wildcats to win a title, or at least another one, it's got to be this year. So, I mean, we've made some Final Fours, but we haven't won the title since '97. I wasn't even born yet. But I do think Arizona has a solid shot this year. Tesla can pump. Tesla can always pump. What are you talking about? Tesla to the freaking moon. Okay, so let's look at some TSL calls. The 14.5 is sitting at 0.48. Could be solid. Could be solid. Could be solid. Man, is Trump going to start talking or what? I just want to see the market move. I'm getting sick of this. Like, TSLL is outside the opening range. I don't know. Tempting. I kind of wanted to wait till Trump started talking for another play, but I don't know if this dude's going to show up. Maybe wait for the dip to finish. It's cons are 0.47. I get it at 0.47. Nope, 0.48. 0.48. Yeah, 0.48. All right, let me post those. I don't know. I think Tesla does have a move up this week. Back. I feel like it gets back above 400. That was the 14.5 call. That's like at the money too. So if it has a move up, then it's GG. GG gains. The 14.5 call for the 20th at like 0.48. That's a swing. Okay, so let me go back to this. What makes me mad is that these 80-year-old politicians who bought houses for $20 are making decisions for us that are now worth $4. That's what I'm saying. They bought them for like what? Pennies back in the day. Why wasn't I alive back then? I would have bought Bitcoin had I not been in, I don't know, 5th grade. Make congressional stock trading available real time in public. Yes, I would like to profit off of market manipulation. That reminds me of that one clip. What's the one where he's like, corruption isn't bad. It's only bad if I'm not part of it or something. And he's like, if I'm part of that corruption, I will defend it. I forget that clip. Who will win, USA versus Venezuela? WBC game. It'd be funny if Venezuela won. Okay, if you're not rooting for America here, I will say you're not American, right? But it would be funny if Venezuela won. I will be rooting for the USA, obviously. Without a doubt. Tesla can pump. Yeah, so I'm hoping that this does move to the upside. Goodness gracious, Qs. Yeah, so that's why I said stay out of calls. Stupid price action, man. Still holding the 402.5 calls? No, I am definitely way out of those. I've been out of those since they went to break even. Thoughts on Hood April calls? Oh, that's true. I haven't charted Hood in a little bit after I closed those leaps. So I think it got back. Yeah, it went back up into the 80s and then just fell. 67.50 is that one spot that I was talking about. I exited those leaps because we were doing literally this, chopping. Like, why would I hold leaps when I'm just getting chopped to death? It's not even worth it. I'd rather wait for an actual confirmed breakout. Plus, MACD is not helping anything here. DLTR, Dollar Tree. Ooh. Dollar Tree is, yeah, so I remember last time I checked, it was sitting right at the 200 EMA. It actually could be having a nice bounce off the 200 EMA. You know, this could be worth going long, actually. Like for a move back up to 120 to the 50 EMA. Actually, I'm going to take a look at the Dollar Tree cons. You can get in TSL a little cheaper, I think, because I think it's dipping, market's dipping, yeah. Which is fine. I mean, I'm holding these till the end of the week anyways, so. Which means that Tesla itself isn't doing well. Trump probably started talking. The war is looking good. We've taken out all their military sites. As they're still hitting ships in the strait, right? XYZ? You can't tell the public that you knocked out all their military complexes when your ships are still getting bombed in the strait. I think he's talking right now. XYZ puts. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, actually, puts could be solid here. This is a breakdown, technically. If we lose low of day right here, yeah, shorts can actually be solid. If you lose it here at like 59.50. I actually might want to take a Tesla long again. Yeah, like the 400 is at 100, I think, right now. It's a little cheaper at 0.96. Let's see. You try to take him at like 0.96. See if it dips a little further. If it dips a little further, I'll probably try it. I think it's on news, though. Or Trump talking, I mean. There's a whole market, yeah. $0.84. Yeah, like 0.84. 85 technically. Maybe you should be an impersonator, not a politician. I see you do a lot of next day, Thursday to Friday trades. Heavy volume contracts and random stocks. Do you use bar chart unusual whales to find those gems? I use unusual whales. That's how I find those. Yeah, it sucks because M would have played out so nicely last Friday, and it even was green. We were up like 25%. I just decided not to trim because I thought it was Friday and the market was bouncing. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be good, you know. I think I caught a good one here, and M was already in the money. And then Trump started tweeting and kind of screwed us over. So the whole reason why I lost those trades on Friday was solely because of Trump tweets. I literally would not have lost any trades on Friday. I would have gone 3 for 3. Would have made money on M. Would have made money on both those Q's plays if it weren't for him tweeting. That's what I'm saying. This is a difficult market to trade just because of his tweets. But I mean, hey, you win some and you lose some. I had a really successful week last week, so I can't complain. You win some, you lose some. It happens. All right, we'll let Tesla do its thing. We'll see how that goes. Indexes are also dropping again. Back in the opening range. This is absolutely miserable. Why? For the swing play for the Tesla, it's actually TSLL was the swing play that I took. It was the 14.5 call. Let me check X. Boy, you select it in your channel roles. Oh boy, you gotta turn the fan on. It's getting hot in here. Please bounce, Tesla. Please bounce. I posted a free week trial, by the way, in the Discord for you guys. You're welcome. I can't wait for March Madness. I'll take a crazy amount of sports picks. Do a series on how options work. I kind of already have this in Discord in the learning section. Let's see if we can find it. It's under a channel called Options Guides. It's actually like a really thorough breakdown. And I also have 2 videos on it. And then another guide that I personally built myself. So it's there. The guides are there. But oh man, Tesla's actually bouncing-ish. Will it continue? Let me see. Let's see if it continues. I hope it bounces. Please bounce. Go up. Go up. What was it saying? Oh yeah, options trading. I have a whole learning section. You guys really need to take advantage of that learning section I built. There's like a ton of content in there. Some really good stuff. I don't know if he's talking or not. I don't see any headlines or anything about him talking, and I really don't feel like pulling up his thing. Those Tesla calls are up to 110 now, so you can trim those. That's like 30%. Because I literally caught the bottom. 30% and stop loss right below it. Right below that previous low. 112. 112. I forgot how fun trading Tesla can be, actually. 114. I took some off at 112 right there. Calls got up to 114. Let's see. Yeah, I'm a trim right here. Yep, like 112. That's like 30% for me, so that's good. Solid for a day trade. 112, I will take it. Stop loss is right at the low, right there. Well, I mean, practically break even, so. Stop loss goes to break even. Let's see, I'll set my alert right there. Okay, I'm going to go back to Qs. Because I really want to see this break with momentum. Dang it. Look at MU earnings in 2 days. Yeah, I charted this one earlier this morning. But take a look at it again. MU is, I said that it's doing pretty well right now. Earnings is probably going to send it over all-time highs, I think. Which is crazy because, I mean, this one has already had some crazy momentum as it is. But, yeah, I mean, it retested the 50 EMA and then went right back up. If you guys are trading Tesla, you know that it moves like crazy. So just be ready with like your trims and your stop losses. You guys already know that. Where's your orb indicator? It's in Discord. So go to Discord and go to where is it? Clint's indicators. And I have the standard pivots, I have the orb highlighter, I have the trend indicator. I have some fun toys in there for you to add to your chart. Okay. Do you like LAES puts? LAES? Oh, yeah, actually, that is a good for shorts. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose it could be good. Hold on, let me check X. I want to make sure I don't miss anything, any news. Oh yeah, you see like the German chancellor is now like changing his mind on the war. He doesn't support it. Which is a W in my opinion. Nine to five. I can't sit at a computer. Swings. Swings are best. If you can't trade zero DTE plays, swings are definitely the smarter choice for you. Yeah, so originally they said he was going to talk at 11. Then they changed it to 11:45, and now I guess it's 12:15. XYZ puts printing. Yeah, did you break that, or did you take that break below? Yeah, looks like we're having a breakdown here. Let's see. Excuse me. Which indicators do you have on your trading view here? Here, you can take a look at them. I have orb, right? That's your opening range. Then I have pivots, right? Then I have my trend bots, right? So these are momentum bots that I built myself. You can find those in Discord. Then I have the 200 EMA, the 50 EMA. Then I have VWAP. Then I have Lux Algo Orb targets. Then I have the opening range Confluence. I have the Orb Candle Highlighter, which is the one that I posted on X a few days ago. So you can find those as well. Then I have previous day and high and low zones. Then I have a 9 EMA for day trading. Pretty basic. The cheap contracts, yeah, the cheap contracts are nice. Problem is, I only take those for when you see momentum. So if there's no momentum, then it's not worth taking them. Are those indicators for TradingView correct? Yeah, they're all for TradingView. Those are all TradingView indicators. What tools do you use? The ones that I have listed here, you can see them. Yeah, looks like Trump's about to speak, so you're probably gonna see some big moves now. Let's see. Let's watch. Also, I'd watch oil here as well. USO. Probably should keep an eye on USO. I guarantee you the first thing he mentions is something about oil. Yeah, so I might take a lotto here. A 601. Just because Trump's talking. We're sitting right at this R1 pivot right now, so just waiting to see how we react. Yes, I trade on Robinhood and Webull. Sorry, I think I may have already answered that. Let's see. Okay, so he's talking right now. Trump on Iran war continued in full force over the past few days. The U.S. has struck more than 7,000 targets, have hit mostly commercial and military targets, and hit 3 missile and drone manufacturing sites today. Let's see. Might take that lotto right now. Let's see the QQQ 601 at 105. $102. I can fill more. Oops. 100. Okay. I'm gonna go heavier here now. It's a lotto size, by the way. It's for Trump's conference. Okay, yeah, so the Q's 601 call at around like 100. It's just a lotto, just in case he says something bullish. That's a 0 DTE trade too. Also worth noting is that the Qs are sitting right like at this pivot as well. So let's see, 9.6. I think the IV on these is actually going up as well. $93. Okay, I'm fully in at 95. 0.95. Let's see what happens. And remember, it's a lotto size, so totally prepared to lose all of it. And we're sitting like it right at 600 as well. So where I may consider actually taking a heavier trade is if we fall below the opening range here. If we fall below the opening range, I'll probably switch it up and go short. But of course we have to wait for the 5-minute close below that as well. Uh, 602 can be good too. Yeah, it's a lotto size however you want. You can buy the 602, the 601. It's up to you. I just went with the 601 because I went a little closer to the strike price, to the stock price. So So I bought a few more. I'm sitting right at break even at like 0.86 right now. I actually got my average down to 0.85. But we'll see how this goes. So I got the Qs, Lottos. I got the TSLL swing, which I may add if we dip a little further. Let's see. Yeah, I may add that a little bit. And then I got the UPS calls. So those are the three things I got right now. Okay, so I'm probably just going to let these play out, the lottos. I won't cut them unless we see the breakup on the lower end of the opening range. Trump's talking, so literally anything can happen. We could spike really fast. We could have a knife down really hard. It doesn't. You don't know what's going to happen. He's talking. See, he says that Venezuela is a tremendous oil source. Yes, we know that. He says we've taken out millions of barrels of oil from Venezuela. Trump also urges Japan and China to help with the Strait of Hormuz. And Trump says the U.S. is now number one in oil. German chancellor says bringing about regime change through bombs will not likely succeed. Trump says that countries should be happily helping us. Interesting. Okay. Well, he's going to say what he's going to say, and we'll let things play out. So I still have the TSLL as well, and I have the UPS calls. Probably take one more swing trade later today. But until then, I'm just going to let what I've got right now go. And I got those HIMS calls as well. So I think HIMS has another run this week. We'll see, though. Anyways, all right. If you guys have any questions or, some setups you want me to take a look at, go ahead and just post them in the Discord throughout the day, and I'll be checking the chats. With that being said, I will catch you all later.